Good evening. Welcome to another hastily arranged midweek geek. I've got to stop doing this hastily arranged nonsense. I've got to be more organized. But things are happening at home at the moment which aren't allowing me really to be organized. Because I have explained before my father-in-law is desperately ill. And we thought he was going to go last Friday night and then Saturday, but he's clung on, and he's become he's never been a stubborn old bugger all of his life. He's always been very placid and laid back and gone with the flow, and now he has turned into a right stubborn old bugger, and he's digging his heels in, and he won't go. But the thing is, I know it sounds harsh, but he has no quality of life left. Last Thursday, he was having conversations with my wife. Okay, he was weak, but he was able to quietly have a conversation, stop and start a lot. And then he took a turn for the worse last Friday. And since then, he hasn't spoken to anybody. He hasn't even acknowledged anybody. He's not there anymore. We are sadly just waiting. But hey ho, that's the way it is. So the phone could ring any time. I'm not planning things at the moment. My wife is by his bedside. She has been most of the time since it happened. So that's how it is. So I'm a little bit up in the air. So I didn't make any videos yesterday for two reasons. One, because my head wasn't in the right place, and the other reason was we had a mighty hailstorm outside. So all you'd have heard on the video would have been. I hope you heard me hammering on the desk then, but it was like rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. So yeah, that was no excuse. But hey, yeah,
interesting. We had hailstones as well.
Yeah, they were massive here. But
yeah.
So this is a bit of an impromptu stream tonight, and I thought we'd do something productive, something quite light-hearted, and I thought we'd make something. Now, Elfbait has been mentioned to me in the Discord earlier that he's thinking of putting together just like a little regular fanzine, or maybe an irregular fanzine, and offering it out through his channel, and maybe through a Patreon or something. Let's see where it goes. We don't know where it's going to go, but I thought, well, why not see if we can put something together that we can put in there, help him out. Selfbait's been a long time supporter of this channel. He's given a lot of his time and a lot of his creativity to our discussions. So why not help him out? Very spur of the moment. Does it sound like a good idea?
That sounds like it. Yeah, we might be able to think something up.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, hello to everybody who is here with me. We have Halakar. Saxius was the first to arrive, but then he had an internet wobble, I think, and sort of disappeared and came back again. So Halakar now has the prime spot next to me. You've been relegated to third place. And Iman joined straight after Halakar, after Saxius came back. So
I'm not even on the podium.
No, not even on the podium now. And for anyone who does want to join in, think they can be, just wants to be creative with us, or attempt to be creative with us, the link's in the usual place. Right. Any gaming recently, chaps? Any gaming to tell us about?
Nope.
No.
Well, I did have my second edition. The players have arrived into the temple of the Yonti, where I have described what is the equivalent of 3,000 to 3,500 years of consistent magical experimentation as being the ground zero of Chernobyl. So the players have walked into an area where previously I've never used wild magic. I am now, every single time the players are casting any spells, I will open the wild magic surges. And if they don't do spellcraft or any form of temperament for their spells, they will suffer the chaotic nature when magic is overcharged.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's what they've walked into. I need to revisit my map a bit. At the moment, the players are sort of sneaking their way through. But I did have an incident where I've dug out a monster called the Broken One, which are So much like mongrel men are the survivors of terrible experimentations, the broken ones are the result of terrible experimentations. Except these unfortunate beings have been broken into what they have become. So I have found all sorts of pictures with body horror and grafting of man, animal, and other entities and thrown them on, and the players are looking at this with absolute disgust, thinking, "What have we walked into?" But it's been long established that the Yonti are very vile. They're chaotic evil. They are highly intelligent. The only beings that they consider close to their peers are elves, but that's purely because they live as long as them. They're not as smart as them. They don't have the same level of magic as they do. But yeah, they've walked into where they do some very vile experimentation, and if they go to the right or wrong room, depending on your taste, I will have them see what I've given them hints what might be happening, which is the construction of a brain golem.
Oh, squelchy.
Oozing
mass of brain matter.
Well, you see, originally the brain golem was meant to be a being that the Illithids or the Mind Flayers create, which is a golem that's then going to have psionic abilities. I am not a fan of the psionic powers, but I'll be more than happy to give it, magical capabilities with all of those IQs melded together.
The only issue with Illithids with that sort of thing is surely wouldn't that brain golem just become dinner?
Well, this is all down to the Illithids and how much they can harvest. If they have a surplus of brains, then that is an item that they can go about to make. And it also depends on I keep on forgetting what the name of the big brain that oversees them all. I keep on wanting to call it Megamind, but that's a fantastic movie.
The Overmind?
Overmind, that's the one, yeah. Illithid Overmind, that's the one.
Megamind 2 is crap, by the way.
I don't want to watch it. But yeah, my point is that this is what they have created, because in my world, aboleths are weapons of war created by the Yonti.
Okay.
Just to make the Yonti so much more scarier. They have created biological weapons of magical destruction.
In the form of the aboleth.
In the form of the aboleth, yes.
So good evening, everybody.
You ever play StarCraft?
Yes, I have played StarCraft, yeah.
Okay, because I'm here I'm thinking about infested Terrans as being your more of your biological weapons.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. So in my world, not the infested Terrans, the Grell would be something like akin to the Cirque. Like just swarming Lotus coming for you. Infested Terrans, that would be a very, very good way for this. Yes, I might have to dig that up. Thank you, Halakar.
Yeah, failed experiments just happen to explode when they come into contact with you. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, so hello, chat. Who's in chat tonight? Brian's in chat. Mr. Baker. There's Snufflegunt and Andy and William. That's about it. Let's have all said hello so far. I happen to know that Iman's avatar background picture is indeed his character from Bear's campaign.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I feel like it's
mine...
the best representation of me. It's basically me inside my own head.
If I stop my mic and camera,
and he just leaves the stream.
Halakar, you're in charge now.
Yeah, I'm at the mercy of the cat.
Well,
mobility is limited.
You're sitting there with, like a Dr. Evil. You've got your cat.
We've got really
John,
bad
you did a slam.
I did a
he's
slam.
Still a little scared, so this is his comfort zone.
Yeah.
So if you look, that's my character in Bear's campaign.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice. You can see because he's meant to be an aged knight, isn't he?
He's meant to be a big athletic chap who's not exactly blessed in the looks department, but he's a big strapping guy, and he's a bit arrogant and snooty.
Yes, I do
A
recall
bit.
there.
A bit.
A bit, yeah. Yes.
You seem
Hello,
to-
Duralumin. How are you doing? Right. So, oh yes, Iman, you need to talk about your gaming that you had last night with us. Okay. Maybe he doesn't want to.
Wait, sorry. Did you say something?
Yes, you need to talk about the Cthulhu game last night. That's,
Oh, right.
some gaming.
Well,
Yeah.
would you like me to do my snooty French accent?
Oh yeah, you can do if you wish.
I apologize in advance for anyone. Yeah, basically, we were doing a Call of Cthulhu side session, the first part of the side session yesterday, and we're all playing French people, basically. So me and Manfred did our slightly racist, slightly hilarious French accents the whole time, which was fun. Me and him are both Frankish knights. I think Joker's character is what was Joker's character?
The Frankish, they're all Frankish knights.
Oh, is he Frankish knight as well? And then
apart from Andy,
Andy's playing what is she, a medic? Called Eloise.
She's a French handmaiden.
Oh, she's a handmaiden. Okay, but she's very handy with medicine and first aid and stuff like that, herbal remedies and this and the like. So the whole thing so far is basically what's set in the Dark Ages in Constantinople, and we've basically had it brought to our attention that a devil has been summoned upon the town, and it's starting to kill people and stuff. And we found a priest guy who said that he was guilty of it, and we also found out some information about the statue, which we're in the main campaign is the thing that we're going for, but this is what in the 1300s or whatever, or in the 1200s, so 500
Basically,
years earlier.
In the main campaign, they discovered a document which triggered a side scenario in the Horror on the Orient Express. I could have just given them a more detailed document, but I thought no, I will play out this scenario because it provides background info, and it's they're all playing pre-gens in this one. It's set in the Dark Ages during the Fourth Crusade sack of Constantinople in 1204. And they're part
1204.
And they're part of the group of the Crusaders who are sacking the city. And the general idea is that the depravity that the Crusaders are wreaking upon the inhabitants of Constantinople is caused by an ill, probably, most likely, caused by an ill effect of some supernatural sort. Nothing too nasty happened until a poor priest died in front of you. One of his eyes exploded, taking half his head with it, and covered a few of you in goo.
Well, I was going to get to that. I was going to flesh that bit. I was going to, pun intended, flesh that bit of the story out a bit.
Yeah.
Basically, we had a bard accompanying us the whole way who knew Constantinople like the back of his hand and would ensure we wouldn't get lost and stuff. And he took us to see this prisoner who had some vital information for us. And vital information he did share, but after he was done sharing, basically he got possessed by a spirit and he ripped off his eye patch, which he was wearing. And underneath it, there was this big, bulbous, bulging, putrid red eye, which exploded, kind of slightly covered me and completely covered the bard. And then the bard's eye started to get all red and inflamed and itchy as well.
So yes, it's starting to get a bit gooey. That's what you want from Call of Cthulhu, bit of gooiness.
But I must say it was very interesting.
The accents certainly were very interesting.
I like how all the drunk people were somehow Englishmen.
I'm not even going to attempt to do a drunken French accent.
It was fucking hilarious.
They become English, but I'm pretending to be drunk.
We're all doing French accents, and John's like, "Yeah, right, fucking had a few drinks, me,
Look, I'm not a master of accents. I mean, look at other people for that. I mean, I try.
Oh yeah, anyway. And interestingly enough, obviously you guys all know I'm a Muslim, but my character's a Crusader, so there's a bit of
Oh yes, and you've got, I think, isn't yours the most devout crusader?
Yeah, mine's the most pious and the most devout.
The most pious one. Yes.
So, like, anything happens involving, blasphemy, whatever. Have I gone? I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah, anything involving blasphemy or desecration of church grounds or anything like that is like, I will not have it.
Absolutely. Yes. You're one of the few crusaders who has not pillaged the city because you believe in the righteous nature of the crusade.
Indeed.
Even though Constantinople is a Christian city at the time you're crusading against it.
Yes. This shall not be questioned.
Yes, that's one of the dodgy things. If you don't know about the Fourth Crusade, that was one of the dodgy things about it. It was all about trying to put a friendly ruler in charge of Constantinople, one who would bend to certain people's will more easily, and it caused carnage. Yeah.
Boy, I'm glad that went out of style.
Yeah.
They wanted to give them their version of Christianity.
Yeah. Anyway, we do have a topic for tonight, a hastily organized topic, and I thought of this one a little while ago, and I've been planning on doing some little document for a while, but I just get my arse in gear is always quite challenging for me. When I write levels for my OSE game, I'm always I like to roll on the treasure tables because, of course, dice are good. Hello, Mikey the Goat Cat. The dice are good and randomness is good. But when it comes to jewelry and stuff like that in OSE, it's just a certain random number of items of jewelry. You roll 3d6, multiply it by 100, and that's the value of it. It doesn't get any more than that. So it just says jewelry. And I really, really like adventures to have interesting little objects of art rather than just piles of coin and gems and things like that. I like the idea of player characters wanting to keep a piece of art to decorate their own home. No one ever seems to do that, but it somehow tickles my cockles. And someone might go, "Oh, that would look nice on my mantelpiece," and I'll have that.
Well, I took a tiara because I'm a pretty princess.
I don't want to know about Friday night, you and Daniel.
I was talking about the last OSE session.
Yeah, but hey ho. But just as an example, I'm just gonna. I often bang on. Okay, it tickles my cockles. Yes, I often bang on about how good the descriptions were and how helpful the UK modules. And I'm just going to show you what they used to do in terms of if I can just get it up. This was one of their first adventures. This was the Sentinel. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit so people can actually see. And they went into more detail in later ones. But if you look, here he is. Detrak is wearing leather armor +1. He's an ordinary longsword in melee. In the pockets, incorporate into his belt or a sling, 20 sling bullets, 6 small matching gems. Aquamarine value 80 gold pieces each. And part of the set of thieves' tools. The remainder are on the table. And then you look across to a chest and other things here. You've got the chest contains, working downwards from the top, a cloak, a robe, and a brocade gown, value 50 gold pieces. A box containing a wig and a vial of perfume, value 40 gold pieces. A fine dagger and a scabbard on a silk belt, value 80 gold pieces. 3 bags containing 200 coins, basically. A box containing a bracelet, a matching necklace, silver and amber, 800 gold pieces. A little further down, you've got the mirror on the wall is silver, value 60 gold pieces. A little later on, I found there is a dented silver mirror, useless as a mirror, but valuable. You've got an ivory British dice and a jade gaming piece, valued 12 gold pieces. And it's having these little bits embedded in the plaster is a solid gold Svart idol, valued 2,200 gold pieces. It's these little these things make me enjoy an adventure more, rather than just a list saying 3 pieces of jewelry worth 1,000 gold pieces each. And the DMs, they're going, oh, what could these be? Yeah, it'd be a set of 3 rings, or it could be necklaces or whatever. I like the idea of things being described in this manner to give them a bit more flavor. So I thought we could possibly put together a table to come up with various random objects of art objects, bits of jewelry, little items that would have a similar average value to the treasure in the OSE tables. Now, I'm glad you're here, Halakar, because I know you've got this sort of tables already done, haven't you, for your game?
Yeah, I've made a whole bunch of random treasure type things.
So I'm hoping you can be of great assistance for our simple version.
Well, I'm
to show you
working on a not really a tribe, but a group of ogres that my party might come across if they decide to accept that mission. And among this group of ogres, for them, what they consider to be the best treasure are necklaces with trophies from all their kills. So I've got one that has a couple of elf ears on it. I mean, the big honcho has bear claws, and these are considered signs of great wealth among the ogres. So I assigned them a value as far as what the ogres value them at, and took that out of what I think I rolled up, like 8,000 electrum pieces was their treasure. So they're not going to find a pile of coins. They're going to have all sorts of crap. They're going to need a wagon to get back to town.
Mm-hmm.
But of course,
these ogres have farm tools, chickens, goats, pigs, because they have to live.
And of course, it might not be valuable to humans.
Well, depends on what kind of humans.
It does. Yeah. It does. So, if I bring up this, I'm going to move screens around. So I might look a bit odd here now because I'm moving that screen over there. So I'm going to be looking to one side, I'm afraid, because now on my main screen, I'm just going to stop that screen, add a new screen, and you will see a very, very boring blank screen. I think Oscar might.
No, don't tell me that there are, things called. Oh yes, there are cells there.
There we go. There we go.
All right, spreadsheet.
Yeah, but this is just a really
open office calculator. Of course you would.
I mean, this is just a really good way of presenting tables, isn't it? And putting together tables.
Yes, I can see you're opting for the cheaper version.
Of course. This is a computer I purchased for basic gaming. I'm not spending money on an Office license for it.
No.
I have a registered version of Office on my computer downstairs, which I use for that sort of thing. But hey-ho.
I'm just glad I got mine before they began doing the subscriptions.
Oh, yes. It's hideous, isn't it? It's hideous.
It's bonkers, but I understand the methods.
Yes. Right. So I would like to zoom my view in a little bit to make it a little easier to see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, right. I want this to be a really, really simple table, but I do like the idea of skewing towards the center. So does anyone object to using 2d6 to decide types of objects? What they are? Think that's a sensible way of doing it?
Sure. I mean, it'll make the list a bit shorter and easier to put in a sign.
Yeah.
And we can
put things that are quite common, obviously, in the center, and slightly more extravagant things at the edge. Make sense?
Yes, sounds good.
Now, what I would do, I would roll up the treasure normally, as Halakar said, 8,000 electrum pieces in that hoard. I would get a total value of the hoard, whatever's rolled up. But what would actually be in the hoard would just be random items instead of always coins. It's much more interesting to find some interesting item worth 400 gold pieces and maybe 23 gold pieces instead of just a bag with 423 gold pieces in it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
and it's definitely not going to be 400 or 500 gold piece gems they can just throw in a pocket and walk out with.
No.
Well, it's good because it gives you the option for a cool item, or if you want to sell it and get the gold anyway, you can.
And of course, places where you trade in items for gold or convert them to gems for portability, they skim a bit off the top because that's how they remain profitable. It's a good way of fleecing money off the players.
Now, I had a friend back in the day that would there was a lot of stuff in the room descriptions that they didn't give gold piece value for because they figured nobody would think about taking them. But every couch and bed and chair and any type of furnishings, he loaded in a wagon and hauled that out with him because that way when he finally got his castle or whatever, he could have the whole thing decorated and it wouldn't cost him a penny. So it was
what I want.
Future.
That's what I want. This rug, if I clean it up, will it look nice in front of my fireplace? It's that sort of thing.
Have you seen the crazy videos of those people power washing these old rugs and crap that they find?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
Man, so satisfying.
Well, I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but it's interesting.
Yeah, before and after, but it's the same with like when you see the people who will go in and like either do renovations or like just like complete turnarounds for like rooms and deep cleans.
Yes. When I went to university, my mom gave me. My mom hated the state of the carpet in my room in the first year, so the second time they came up to visit, she brought up this old rug that they'd had lying around. She'd given it a basic clean. She might as well not have done because within about 2 weeks I'd been sick all over it.
Oh.
And it was one of these long woolly rugs, so it was really horrible to get the sick.
Oh, it was all trapped in there.
I'm sure you all wanted to know about that. Yeah.
Floors. We didn't even have rugs, but there was a big apartment complex a couple blocks away from the school that was recarpeting the entire complex. They had all these rolls of old nasty carpet there. And my buddy and I were walking over to the convenience store and saw these things and asked them if we could take one to cut it to fit our dorm room. And they're like, yeah, take as much as you want. So we took a whole bunch of them, cut them to fit the dorm rooms and sold them.
Hey, I approve.
We made money out of garbage.
Yeah. Why not?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah. So it's going to be 2d6. Let's I'm going to set everything to be in the middle. Right. That's it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. We're looking. This is if you get a roll for jewelry. Okay. Mm-hmm. I want to make it more interesting than just jewelry. I want it to be items of jewelry, specific items of jewelry, but also art objects. Maybe.
Why don't we just throw in like a combination of things? Like it'll be, these are common things like you'll find, as you said, items of jewelry, gems, but as you said, art objects. It could be anywhere from rare portraits of forgotten kings and priests. It could be things like a chess set or a gaming set made out of ivory and carved with holy scripture or with like small gems encrustments for the various pieces. You can even have something as simple as like a single gauntlet, which is made to fit the hand of the firstborn of the local king of way back when.
Okay, right. So I think an idea here is I'm going to copy that. Let me copy it. Is it copying? Yes. And I'm gonna. It's not dragging. I bet I have to keep doing that. All right. My mouse didn't drag down through. I haven't got used to this OpenOffice. You're Wrong is thinking of getting into GURPS 4th edition. Any suggestions or alternatives? Any of you ever played GURPS?
No.
Can't say I have.
I rolled up a GURPS character. I think it must have been GURPS 1st edition back in the 80s. It took all day, and I never played it.
Everything I've heard about GURPS is that it has a lot of rules, a lot of expansions. I'm a bit put off by what I've been hearing about GURPS, but I have a very long list of other games that are currently cutting in front of it.
Yeah. It's not something I've been inspired to try because I don't like lengthy character creation. Palladium was about my limit, and that took 3 or 4 hours to make a character, and that was with a helping document. But I like the way Palladium is running. Fallout was a modified version of GURPS, is it? Oh, okay. GURPS, great for source books, but don't like the system. There we go. That's from Andy. If you want real flexibility in character creation, I hate to say it, but isn't that what the Pathfinder games are about?
What?
It's not my sort of thing. But,
flexibility.
Flexibility of character creation.
Oh yeah,
options and whatever.
You Pathfinder 3.5, you will drown in options.
Absolutely.
It's a first edition. At least it's a fantastic system because you can build any concept. The downside is you can build any concepts, which means that there is a myriad and a high likelihood that you will find weirdos like myself that will just be sitting and doing cross references of feats and abilities and
stupid. And to me, that's the big drawback of it.
I like people come up with really neat characters using that, but I don't think it needs to be codified. You can say in regular first edition D&D, hey, I'm going to do this. But like one guy that I gamed with in a 3rd edition game was a fighter that specialized in halberd and took the trip feat or tripping, whatever it was, because a halberd could be used to trip your opponent. So he would use that with all his bonuses and trip them, and then get a free attack when they fell and another attack at huge bonuses when they tried to stand back up. And he's pretty effective as a front row fighter.
Yeah, but again, like Pathfinder was made in competition to 3.5. 3.5 was already trying to move away from 2nd edition, and 2nd edition was having its own little thing of like spiraling away from what it was. If you all of that. So it's made to be good at what it's wanting to be good at.
Exactly.
It's not the taste I would go for these days. I mean, I've had my many years of playing 3.5 and Pathfinder. Anyway, back to making a 2d6 table.
Well, another quick insert here. If you might have seen it or might not, Troll Lord Games is having a big spring sale right now, and they've got grab bags. So they've got a Castles and Crusades. I want to say it's $20 for 10 soft-covered books.
Yeah.
That I got that on email today, and it doesn't say which books specifically, and I know I've got a bunch of them on PDF when they were just giving everything away with the open gaming license debacle ways back. But if anybody's interested in that, they've got several different systems that they're having these grab bags on. If you're looking for material to mine, that's a good way to get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's nothing to do with role-playing games, but I purchased. Snufflegunt gave me a link to a Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle is often a way to go forward with this sort of thing. You can often get a lot of stuff through those and you might only need to use 1 or 2 of the things, but they're cheap and they're all for charity. So, Snufflegunt gave me a link to a racing game Humble Bundle, which included a game I want to try out for 9 games for about £5 less than this one game cost by itself. So Okay, I'm going to do it. So I bought it earlier.
I bought a bunch of the Star Wars PC games through a humble bundle, but it was so long ago that whatever they used to convert them to play on Windows 7 doesn't really work on Windows 10 or newer. So I've got them, but I really can't use them.
I mean, you're wrong. I'm the wrong person really to ask about sci-fi, but I have heard a lot of good things about Star Wars D6.
Loved Star Wars D6. I played the heck out of that.
So I'm guessing that's going to be a recommendation from sci-fi fans. But I don't know if it's the sort of thing you're looking for. Odd treasure, Michael Jackson style gem encrusted glove. Just one, not a pair. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, firstly, this first
treasure trove of a slicer beetle.
Star Wars isn't sci-fi. What? What?
Who the hell said that?
Snuffle grunt.
Historical
well, you can argue it is fantasy or space opera.
Okay, space opera, but for me, space opera sci-fi is just futuristic, as far as I'm concerned.
It's the literary hero's journey with different skin.
Yeah.
No. Fantasy. Right. Let's get this. This is my channel and my stream, and my definition of fantasy is fantasy. The fantasy genre, by its by just saying fantasy, it conjures up an assumption of a medieval era setting. You go back in time for fantasy, typically to medieval era. You might go back further, you might go back not quite as far, but going back in time is, well, the feeling of going back in time is part of fantasy as far as I'm concerned. Swords, magic.
Are you distracted, John?
Yes. Armor. All that sort of stuff. It's a genre. But Star Wars was it was a long time ago, but it's ray guns and robots and spaceships. I don't care what it says. No, it's got lightsabers. And the Force is not magic.
I'll put it out right now. Fantasy involves Susanna Hoffs.
Yes. Yes. And as people who were talking to me last night discovered, it also involves Isabella Scorupco, if you know her.
Oh, yes.
I'm not familiar with that name.
She was the Bond girl in GoldenEye. Yeah. Right. Okay.
John.
Oh,
just saying. I know this is your channel.
Yeah.
But I'd be heavily inclined to disagree with you on the definition of fantasy.
No,
or what it conjures up in my head, at least.
You're not allowed to. Sorry, you're not allowed to. That's the rules around here. Thank you, Hungar. Hungar, you're a star as always. Are you out of hospital yet? Let us know.
Hope you're feeling better, Hungar.
Yeah,
we should all the best.
Yes.
All right.
See, in my head, fantasy is anything that's not real. It doesn't matter whether it's past or future or whatever.
It's a genre.
It's not real.
There's a dictionary definition and there's a genre definition. They're different. Anyway, right. Firstly, we'll go down item type. Now, as this is going to be sort of replacing jewelry in general, we're going to start with common jewelry items in the center, but maybe move towards slightly more odd items towards the edge.
I think the most common would be rings.
Ring, yes. Okay. Thank you, Hungar. Thank you, Hungar. Good one. I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, good, mate. Good.
Hopefully you can stay out of hospital for more than a few weeks this time.
Bless you.
Meanwhile, back at the treasure plot. But yeah, thank you, Hungar. Okay, next most common types of, because obviously this is a 2d6 roll. So I would say maybe necklace.
Yep.
Yeah.
What
and-
are the things that you would put around the arm, like armbands?
Bracelets and armlets.
Bracelet
Yeah.
and
Bracelets.
what's the other thing
Because-
called?
That is what the Vikings would use whenever they would go traveling. That was the easiest way to carry the currency with them.
Then
Let me just see
I'd
if there's a
maybe
name for
say earrings.
Earrings, yeah, that's a good one.
Or piercings in general.
Yeah.
Because they might have nose rings, whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the same as rings, like finger rings.
I mean, necklace could also cover anklets and things like that.
It's called an armlet.
Armlets, okay. Bracelets, armlets, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we can put that into like odd items if we're meant to be going across to show like examples.
For this one, I'm going to put here headwear with basically tiara,
Wrong way.
crown. Yeah.
Sorry, grammar Nazi.
Yeah. Headwear. So that'll be DM's choice, tiara, crown, that sort of thing.
Pins and brooches.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Brooch. Pin.
So brooch.
Mm.
But that could be it could be a tie pin. It could be a brooch. It's a fastening device of some sort.
Yeah.
And here I'm just
You
going
can
to
have
put
like cufflinks.
that.
Well, on my tables, in with pins and brooches, I had like military medals and
Yeah.
cameos and things like that.
I was thinking medal. Yeah.
Something else people don't often think of as a jewelry. Jewelry doesn't have to just affect the eye, so I put perfumes as in with jewelry
Yeah.
as well.
That would have
Well,
very
this-
high value.
This is where
That's
we have
interesting.
2, 3, 10, 11, and 12 on here. We're going to go over to the odd item table.
Makes sense.
So, bear in mind, you're already more likely to have something from the center. If we go towards odd items, what are the most common sort of other items that might be valuable?
Housewares.
Statuettes, mate. Was that sorry?
Housewares. Silver,
Yeah.
Housewares.
silver and platters.
Silverware. Yep.
Housewares.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crystal decanters.
Yes. Okay.
Silk sheets, just depending on your thing.
Houseware. You could,
Yeah, silk is actually a very good one. Fabrics, yeah.
Interesting.
Books.
You would classify all this as jewelry, or is this just odd item?
this is to expand the jewelry choice, and just to create other items in there, make it more interesting.
If you've got a more primitive society, in with the fabrics might be furs and hides.
Chastity
Yes,
belts.
She's on to us, guys.
Absolutely.
God damn it.
Absolutely. Yes. I like the idea of things like
Okay. No.
okay.
Question here. Why are we not putting on here golden genie lamp or golden oil lamp?
Wouldn't that be housewares?
That would probably be one of the
No.
most odd items, yeah.
Because it would be specifically to get the players to rub it.
Yeah, I agree with John's choice. It should be one of the most rare ones.
One of the rarer ones.
Because in with housewares, I'll do stuff like, somebody will have nice brass candlesticks or
Yeah. But
things
this one,
like-
I'm specifically doing it so that we will have this can roll up and it's like this could be potentially a magical lamp. The players won't know until they do something.
a beautiful leather-bound book with silver corner pieces and a lock.
Wait,
Wouldn't that-
can I just clarify? When you say fabrics, do you mean like clothing or do you mean like house sort of fabrics?
Either.
Well,
Whatever you want it to be.
Rugs,
It can even just be rolls of fabric.
tapestries.
Yeah. Like there's a royal seamstress or seamster in the UK who owns like for a roll of specific form of fabric, where every foot of fabric that you buy is 185 pounds. It is one of the most. It's one of the most expensive fabrics that you can get, and it is insane. Well, that's what they use for the nobility.
Add to that dyes too.
Yes, dyes.
Yes, true.
So I've put on there beauty items that can cover things like we've had. Janet's mentioned hair combs, perfumes, things like that. The idea is to just give DM an idea here.
Yes,
DM can just go. It's the spark things.
Perfumes will probably be 4, I think. Yeah,
I agree. Religious items.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, from Brian, makes perfect sense. I mean, all of these are meant to be odd, so they should be unique in their own sense, but vague enough that we can broaden them out.
Yes,
I don't see Manfred over in the chat anywhere, but we've got to have aardvarks.
Aardvark? Yeah.
We could put stuffed animals in here, couldn't we? Or is that too precise?
It'd be more like taxidermy, if anything, no?
Okay. Gaming items.
Yes. Your golden dice or loaded die.
God pieces. Andy!
Well, come on. We've already got chastity belts. We gotta have the card pieces.
Yeah. Clothing of all sorts Clothing of all sorts can come under the fabrics heading. You can have curtains, you can have clothing, you could have rolls of fabric. It's just to give the DM an idea.
Yeah.
It's just
tapestries.
Number 12, flying carpet.
Alcohol.
Yeah, valuable alcohol. It's rare because creatures are likely to have drunk
it. Oh, that reminds me when my brother accidentally opened like a very old port, and my dad was like, "No, just no!" Like he genuinely was just horrified that it happened.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flag up some of the categories with a little star next to them. These are the ones we can go into a little bit more detail about. If you want to. I mean, these ones in particular, I think, are the best ones to. Let me just make that a little bit wider.
I think beauty items would be like a little pocket mirror or something.
Those sort of things. Yes. Now, I don't know why it's taken out the other one of those. It keeps taking away my... Okay, let's do it with one of those instead. That's better. Right, okay. These ones have asterisks. Asterisks. I think we could have a further table for each of those to go into a little bit more detail.
Brian fair? Brings up
spices. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah.
Oh, spices and oils. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can give up alcohol for that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Theoretically, spices could be a houseware, maybe.
Yeah, but I think like they've got a value of their own, just like dyes.
Yeah. Oh, they would definitely have some extremes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is the plan that we then have a table for every single one that's asterisked?
Yes, I think so.
Isn't that being a bit much then? Because then we're going to go into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional tables.
It's up to you. I mean,
we can. it kind of defeats the point of doing just it as a 2d6, doesn't it?
Does
You
it?
can have that many tables. Yeah. I mean, I think
Well,
so.
I'm just thinking like it makes sense. Like you have. Just let me just make out the point here. Because we've got the core bit, which is where we've got, this is what the normal stuff is. Then we've got what, like, out of a option of like 11, I don't know, well, on a 2d6, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 50% chance that you're going to go to an odd item. And then the odd items are then there. I mean, we could do it because we've got still like another 2 hours to kill just to sort of expand on it.
Absolutely, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Leather gimp mask. Yeah, right. And then manacles. I can see where you're all heading.
Right, then we definitely need a chastity belt.
But John,
All gag.
these are essential. No. These are essential parts for any self-respecting dungeon that you enter as an adventurer. We're all talking about the same one, right?
If I remember, there were some massive lists in the back of the DMG. They had all sorts of dungeon trappings.
Right. What I'm going to do here...
I don't think I've ever used, but they're there, and they're a great resource.
I am going to remove lamp. I'm going to remove spices, incense, and I'm going to put here rare. And rare. Okay. So we're now going to move across. One more. Okay, this is rare items. So we've had the curio type things. These are now rare items. And I'm going to put spices.
Yeah.
Incense. Lamp. Here. And let's have a look at some of the other things that people have suggested as
opiums.
Are we still talking about jewelry, or are we just going into rare items now?
Valuable items.
I think we've
magical scrolls.
No,
not magic items.
Okay.
Right. Would we still be on the topic of like scrolls and exotic books? Because I think it is a worthwhile thing that that was brought up. With scrolls.
I could put book / scroll for this one.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Statuary might be in there somewhere. I just pulled up my list of weird stuff, and some of the things I have on there are scented candles, learned books, astronomy, legends, alchemy, philosophy, comparative religions, ship in a bottle, a signed poster of a traveling performance group,
lightning in a bottle.
You could have a glass leaded bottle with some form of stopper and a chain dangling in it, and on certain stormy nights it sounds like there's whispers coming from it.
You could have all sorts, couldn't you? You could really have all sorts.
Let's see, sea turtle shell hairpin and comb.
Rare
components. Framed collection of rare copper coins.
You're getting very specific though.
Pages of sheet music.
Well, the table leads us to be specific.
Yes.
So brass astrolabe, box of 10 ancient arrowheads, stone arrowhead.
So for rare items, would it be worth to put in like rare, like monster components or spell components?
Yeah, those sort of things could be in there.
Because I'm thinking things like, the feathers of a hippogriff, the scales of a dragon, the tongue of a giant or a dire snapping turtle, things like that.
Phoenix feathers.
Ooh, yes, that would be very rare.
How does that tickle your cockles or whatever the fuck you said?
Brian, that is a ballsy thing to suggest.
Which one?
What do you say?
Oh. Balls of a Tarrasque. Also, the tears of a crocodile.
That's very engaging from chat. Like they are loving this. Okay, deeds to a property. Yes, I can definitely get behind that. I can see players fighting for that.
No one giving me phoenix feathers.
I'm going to put here monster feather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monster scale.
Hen's teeth and frog hair.
Hello, Mark Hockman.
Hi, I was just jumping in for a bit to explain that thing I mentioned about conquistadors and gold. Due to the way that gold was taxed, you got a much lower rate of taxation if you converted all of your gold to jewelry. So they actually had standardized weights for rings and those non-soldered neck chain links that I mentioned in chat. So that they could actually use those as a substitute for gold coins.
All right, so there was like a weight of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, there we go. Yeah, I've seen it here. Also, wasn't the reason pirates wore gold earrings was to pay for their own funeral?
Well, it was a similar logic, though, is that that they would have enough weight of gold in jewelry that it would be actual value and not just a tiny trinket that looks sparkly.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like stealing someone's earring is a lot harder than a sack of gold coins they have laying on the table next to them.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to put here. I like the idea of having monster bones, and you can just.
I was going to say bones, yeah.
Yeah.
And monster blood, a bottle of monster blood.
Creature pieces.
Yeah.
So there we go. Got some creature pieces there.
Anyway,
This is
speaking
good,
of,
yes.
see you guys later.
No worries.
All right,
Take care, mate.
Thank you, Hockman. All of these could have value to the right person. Got to think of things that are going to have value. So,
please, a wizard he will take anything. They are ghoulish creatures.
Absolutely, yes.
They're the sort of weirdos that will show up and hire goblins to do their dirty work.
You've
Mark, there
put
you go.
drugs. No, I was going to suggest something else. I was going to say you've put mithril ingot, but what about like a gold ingot or a silver ingot?
That's
Would
just
it be worth
gold.
stuff? But
No, but like,
gold.
I think gold ingots are in. There is enough circulation of it. Platinum and mithril will probably be more rare, just purely because of how much less you
what
see
about
them.
platinum then?
If you go by the list of materials they give in the DMG for magic weapons, you could have meteoric iron, mithril, and adamantine or adamantite.
Adamantite, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they're suggested several times with venoms being in there. Have we put that?
To make it fair, John, if you're going to put drugs, at least put alcohol with it.
We got alcohol a couple screens back, don't we?
I've taken it off.
Away.
Oh,
take it off.
So we could say like it's some sort of opium and some sort of like strong alcohol.
Drugs, alcohol, poisons. If we just combine it all together.
Balloon and fire amber. That's the good stuff.
That's true. We could use them as poison as well.
I mean, yeah, it's been suggested a few times, but it makes sense. Monster venom, just venom in general, is a who in their right mind goes out to 6, 7, 10-foot tall spiders and go, "Come here, I just need a little bit of your venom. Don't stay still." Who does that?
Well, I'll put that in. I was thinking of putting a rare mineral from a meteorite or something.
I mean, that can almost be replaced out for mithril ingot. Mithril ingot slash rare
metal.
Rare metal, yeah.
Or rare mineral.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
There we go.
You guys have mentioned meteoric iron. What about just like a meteorite fragment? Would that be anything?
I mean, in the right world, it would. I mean, in Warhammer Fantasy, if you've got a shiny green rock, that will have high value.
David suggests Bones of a Saint, and I think if that saint is of a different religion, that could easily come under Monster Bones.
Yeah, the heretics.
Heretics, yes, the heretics.
He
But
was a
no,
monster.
bones, blood, scales / skin.
I mean, so we're already going to be doing tables on the religious. We could, under the table of religious items, put Bones of a Saint and then just go from there.
Yeah, drugs and alcohol could definitely Monster Venom. Yeah, it could possibly. I would actually swap these around. I think drugs and alcohol would be more likely than Monster Venom.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Now, makes sense.
I think that
Venom's probably as rare as blood, isn't it?
I would keep those as separate. But I think that's a good sort of flow through. So let's go into. I could have a separate table for monster bits. We're talking more separate tables, though, aren't we?
I mean, why not? I
Do you want to test it out quickly?
Go on then. Somebody go to Albert Rodeo and roll 2, or just somebody roll 2d6. Tell me what you get.
Where's my Hackmaster books?
I don't think I have any dice in here.
Yeah, man, my dice are in my bag, which is downstairs.
My little goblin army I'm painting is taking up my side table. Bones
do we need to have someone to roll?
Potion of Palor worshiper control.
Right. Okay. So let's go. Let's have a look at these other tables. So let's go for the religious table first. Sacred items. So this is going to be 2d6 religious. Okay. This is where we can have things like Bones of a Saint. Oh, yeah. So if we get a religious item, I think the most common one is going to be a holy symbol.
Yeah, a wood or
like a
iron.
cross or something.
Yeah.
Slightly more rare might be a silver or gold holy symbol, or bejeweled.
Well, we're assuming things. The base value of things on this table, if you're going from the jewelry table, will be about 1,000 gold pieces. So you have to tinker with it a little bit there. So I don't want to specify the metal that it's made from.
Okay.
If you are replacing, for example, Andy's rolled 6-4. It's an odd item. 1-5 takes us to a statuette. We haven't done the statuette table yet, so you'll have to wait and see. Your second item, Andy, is an earring, or could be a pair of earrings. Here we go. Headwear. 5-5 is another odd item. So let's have another roll. 5-6, gaming. So gaming pieces. We're talking a chess set or a dice or something like that. There we go. Andy, that's enough now. That's enough.
He's just being greedy, seeing all the good loot in front of him.
Yes.
He's gone mad with power.
I want to roll dice. I am a gamer. I roll dice. They go clickety clackety. Graphics cards. They are very valuable. Very valuable. I'm pricing up a decent gaming PC at the moment, and the difference in price that a good graphics card makes is insane. Absolutely insane. You're talking 600 quid of the cost of a decent gaming computer is just an entry-level graphics card to play modern games.
That's why. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's for a 12 gigabyte GeForce 4070. It's about 600 quid.
Wow.
I know. No, there's a statuette table, isn't there? That's not going to work. What about some like priestly robes or something?
Would that be under religious?
It could be. It could be. So on this religious table, holy symbols are going to be the most common. I'm going to put bones of a saint here,
Yep.
but that's going to be
Yeah.
uncommon.
And what about on the other end, bones of a heretic?
Holy text.
The heretics.
Yeah, bones of a heretic. Yes.
Hymnals
good.
and prayer books, I guess those could be under your holy texts as
Holy
well.
text. Yeah. So what sort of relics will they have? What are the things that cropped?
Altar settings or an altar cloth.
What's the thing that where you put like your incense and all that in, and you
A
basically
break
like
or a censer.
A thurible.
right.
Is it
Thurible,
called a
yeah.
thurible?
That's what I'm thinking, because that's something to me that strikes as being high value. The fuck am
There
I-
we go. Hello, Gene.
I was thinking, like, obviously, like a holy statuette, but that would come in the statuette table, really, if anything.
it
Like if
could,
there was
but
a
it might-
statuette of the
it could-
Virgin Mary or something.
It could, but it might not. So we could add statuette in here. You could get to things in different ways. So yeah.
You could have your garments of office, like the breastplate with the 12 stones representing the 12 tribes, or the Pope's pointy hat, whatever you want to go with.
What about holy artifact? Not as in like it's blessed or actually magical, but like this was the boot of Sir Grimblot, who fought in the name of our cause.
Yeah.
What about holy water?
That's a standard item, really, isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
Is it though? Do you just go down and buy it? Do you just go into the churches and just go like, here's some money? Give me.
Well, we have in my church, we have all the male members that have progressed to a certain point carry vials of blessed oil for doing healing and
Oh yeah, so like anointed oil or something.
going
Then.
blessings.
That makes sense. But yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, some
Again,
anointed oil would be better than holy
it has to
water, I
be
guess.
different. Yeah, incense makes sense. So now we're getting into a lot more of the rarer stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at anything magical, but
You've already put holy text, so I don't know what else that could be.
well, no, like again. So what's the word? Revered item.
I can't see the bottom couple cells because
Me
David
neither.
knows-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There we go.
Thank you. Sacrificial knife. Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Hey, John, the Chris knife.
Yes. So just one more item. One more item. The Holy Grail. That's a bit far.
Grail, holy.
I still think the clothing and decoration of office, like I said, the high priest.
Yeah, some sort of religious garb. Yeah.
Okay. So this would be robes of office, yeah?
I would argue that a holy text is rarer than those, though.
Seer stones, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, a holy text could just be, a Bible, in which case it'd be quite common. But if it's something that only the head
Like a
priest
rare
or
one.
cardinal or whatever rank you assign to them wears, that would be a little more rare.
Yeah.
But I think already we've got a good list there of interesting holy items that could have value.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good.
No, definitely.
Right. Yes, I think we're doing quite well. here.
Does the rarity seem right for everyone now?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to scrutinize it a bit because yes, we've got religious items. The only thing I can possibly poke at is that we might have been a bit focused on, and this is just my interpretation. Perhaps the Christian version of it, or would you say that most of this can also be turned around for like pagan versions?
I think it could be turned around, yeah. I think it could be turned around. Definitely.
No, no,
I'd
it's just
say
me.
I'd say it's pretty well fitting. I'm thinking from the lens of Islam. Like, obviously, Bones of a Heretic is a whole different thing, but yeah.
Yeah, true. No,
So
that's fair.
I'm just thinking about the different published modules. They all, regardless of the alignment of whatever kind of church or temple it was, they all seem to have what would be considered Western trappings.
Yes, yes.
That's true.
You know,
But no,
based on what the people who made the game knew, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, but if
Well,
Imam thinks that we can, if this works out for Imam, because I was just thinking like this strikes me as being the typical European thing we would have, but if we can find,
yeah, but
Yeah,
that's just following in the style of D&D. There's not a problem with that.
no, that's fair enough. I'm just trying to think of like things of like having a variety for it.
yeah, what would you find in a Buddhist temple?
That statue of Buddha.
Yeah,
I am going to
Necklaces.
delete these central. I was thinking of adding extra things in between. But I'm just going to delete those bits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you'd just find a really, really tall, big golden statue of Buddha.
That and what's it called? The statue with 4 faces that comes alive. Oh wait, that's the wrong religion.
No, that's Hinduism, I think.
Yeah. I was just like, wait.
right, furnishings. We're talking about things you could
Couches.
decorate a house with for this sort of thing.
Tapestries.
So
I think
furniture, just in general, chairs,
Yeah,
beds, tables.
yeah.
Oh, that
should
comes
be
under
the
fabrics, I guess, doesn't it?
Fabrics,
No.
no. I'm going to put fabrics as more clothing and cloth. And
Yeah.
stuff like
But like tapestry would definitely be furnishings. You would have them on,
Yes.
on the
Okay,
walls
yeah.
and everything.
Then tapestry somewhere.
that. I'm going
Tapestry,
to put tapestry there, and I'm going to put painting there.
yeah, makes
I think
sense.
they're going to be very common, and I think
Yeah.
I'm going to put a table, a small,
Just furniture.
it's furniture, but a well carved table will have
Yeah,
value.
but like tables quite specific. Wouldn't furniture be more broad?
Okay, yeah, just furniture. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Oh, people really going in for
So-
this one. Look at the chat. Head horse
That's what I've been waiting for.
Everyone's been shouting labs at every single
Lamp,
opportunity.
yeah.
Carpet.
Slash rug.
Rug.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lamp. I'm going to put lamp slash
Oh,
Candle-
the vase.
candelabra.
What?
The vase.
Oh, vase. Yeah.
Like
Vase,
an
Oh,
yes.
that would be. Oh, yes.
Ceramics and containers,
Yeah.
more general. How about a telescope, an astrolabe, and a sextant? Some type of
Yeah.
astronomy.
Okay.
Yeah. Telescope. Yeah.
Good shout.
Yeah, scientific equipment.
Yep.
Instruments. Yeah. Whatever.
Furnishings.
A book on Scientology.
No.
Yeah, but if you buy one of the books, you're also liable for the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well-
Okay, so we're going in for like really rare things now.
So animal hide, I think, on the other side then. Oh, no, there we go. That's fine.
Oh, we've
Yeah,
got the
same
animal
thing.
and skins.
So there's some slightly more obscure stuff now. What can we put at 2 and 3 on this one? Mirrors, yes, well done, Andy. Yes.
Yeah, some type of special mirror.
Yeah,
Mm.
mirrors. Quotation mark special.
Mirrors are quite special.
Ah, fair enough.
The glass one, yeah, if it's a glass mirror
Yeah.
with an impressive frame.
Now I'm gonna go. I like the idea of scrimshaw, but something that is often overlooked in fantasy games is going to the toilet. Brian's suggestion: a bedpan.
Viva La Dirt League did a video about pooping in D&D.
Yeah.
A nice heavy copper one that resists bacterial growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it really a furnishing though? Yes, it does. Yeah. I'm going to put it in there.
All right.
There we
Oh, for
go.
fuck's sake. Well,
There we go. Bedpan.
that wouldn't be as rare as a mirror or a lamp or a candelabra.
But it could be an ornate one. It could be
An
one that is said to have been
ornate
used
bedpan.
by a great hero.
Oh, okay.
This has the piss
A
stains.
noble
of
bedpan.
Lord- This has the piss stains of the great Lord. De
Okay.
Vere.
I knew you were going to say that.
I am going to come into John's defense here. The majority of the time, when this was done, it was done with very cheap pottery as a way of sort of like just expending out on things. So a bedpan, unfortunately, would be a sign of someone that would have some wealth.
Okay, something else I'm going to do.
Some of the things I have on my household goods chart: a cooking thermometer, a loom, a weaving loom. Let's see.
Sure, it could be useful.
Chandelier or candelabra.
Right. Here, I'm going to add, just to add something else to this. I'm just going to highlight these.
Wind chime.
And I'm going to. How do I change the color of text in this one?
Oh, for God's sake.
I don't know how to in this.
No.
Oh, there it is. It's over there. It's over there.
Yeah.
Font color. Okay. The ones I've just highlighted in that blue there. Fragile.
That's purple.
Always fun to put
That's-
in valuable items that are fragile.
Save versus crushing blow.
Yes.
I would
think-
personally put pottery and vase in the same one to free up a space for something else.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a vase
Okay.
is just elaborate pottery.
It is, yes. Okay. So we'll free up the space for something else there.
What do you guys think?
Musical
do we want
instrument.
Yeah,
Good idea. Yes.
yeah. Musical
very
instrument is a very good one.
I don't think musical instrument would be too fragile. So I think I like the idea of
A
having
mirror.
items that
A
are
mirror is fragile as well.
Yeah, I think I should go through this now. Just mark things that are likely to be fragile. So yeah, get those out of a dungeon while fighting your way out.
You open your
Statuette,
backpack
it
and there's a
depends.
bunch of glass shards. Oh fuck!
Well, that's
Statuette depends what a lot of things depend what it's made of.
yeah.
Toilet roll equivalent, yes.
I am gonna have to call it a night from my side. Gonna have to get some sleep. But yeah,
Oh, it's early night for you.
it is. But I'm not exactly on my top of my game either. So
Oh, no, that's true. That's true.
yeah, no, it's very good setup. I do hope that we can ping this over to Eli and then he can make use of it.
Yeah. Or maybe he could just watch this stream and steal it.
Yes. Either way. Anyway, gents, a lot of fun. Have fun.
All right, cheers. Thanks, Saxius.
Cheers, cheers. Take care.
If anybody in this chat right now would like to join in and take Saxius' spot, then you're more than welcome to do so.
Contrary to how I thought it was going to go, I actually have some valuable input.
You do, yes, of course. You don't need to be a experienced D&D'er to come up with ideas for this sort of stuff. Right. We got statuette next. Now, for this one, what I wanted was ideas of what the statue might be of.
But it's hard not to go religious, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because what other kind of statues would be valuable?
Oh, it could be all sorts of things. It could be all sorts.
All right, a statue of Comte Fenelic.
On my list, I've got a marble fountain, An alabaster nymph, a bronze stallion, 8-foot tall golden demon with ruby eyes,
Oh, that does sound cool.
a pair of basalt gargoyles that also double as bookends,
Oh, gargoyle, that's a good shout.
6 garden gnomes, bird bath.
Yeah, garden gnome would probably be quite common, wouldn't it?
I like the erotic statue. I'm just not going to put any more detail there other than erotic. Let people's imaginations conjure up what that might entail. If you want inspiration for that, look up Greek pottery.
I don't remember who mentioned it earlier, but on my list of statuary, I have a 4-inch tall scrimshaw mermaid.
Yeah.
A carved mahogany whaling ship. A 2-foot tall striking cobra made of coral.
Would a carving count as a statuette?
Yeah.
A petrified human.
I've got erotic and I've got monarch here. And I'm just going to put here monster. I don't want monster blood. Thank you for that. Monster.
Yes, a statue of monster blood.
Statue of a monster. Okay? Whatever monster comes into your head, it can be a statue of a monster. Just
A wall-mounted bronze demon face with fire opal eyes and a gaping black mouth, just to scare anybody. Put your hand
Just
in it.
for clarification purposes, is there a difference between a monster and a demon?
in D&D terms, no. In our heads, oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going through my list of statuary and idols, and those are some of the ones that.
And I'm going to put here as well.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Like,
yeah. I'm very tempted for number 2 to put the Great Cthulhu, and then it would send things off on a tangent. Yeah, some monsters are magic, some are mundane.
and then you have to roll in the Cthulhu table.
Yeah. But I'm going to put demons and devils as their own category. Living statues are monsters. So we're just talking about treasure here, Brian.
You could have some type of decorative pillar, like something that might be out holding up the awning over the porch, or that might even be used as a pedestal for something else that is in and of itself a piece of artwork.
I mean, it could be a statue of a building as well. It could be just an ornament, because statues can be ornaments, really, can't they? In this sense, so it could be a little carved farmhouse.
What about? Nice like I think it might need to be shifted a little bit somehow. But what about opposing monarch on the other side, like a famous person? Because there's still like famous people.
I'm going to put here monarch. Actually, yeah. I'm going to move sea creature down here, and I'm going to put hero there.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. That
works.
I think that's fine. Yeah. And I'm going to swap erotic and building around. I think building will be more common than erotic. Sorry, Andy. I think that's enough. If you're having demon, what about angel? We can cover that in the religious bit where I have a statuette there. A religious statuette, that could be an angel. Couldn't it? Yes. Oh, good. Nistel's magic aura is a thing, isn't it, Crafting Gamer?
Yep.
Yes, Snufflegrunt, they could be a thing in D&D, and they could be potentially valuable. But generally, you're the heroes, and generally you're trying to stop that sort of thing from happening.
Snufflegrunt, just the agent of chaos out here.
He is being an agent of chaos. Yes. a cat Thulu statue. Right. So there we go. I think this is looking quite good now. So we've got 3 more to go: houseware, fabrics, and beauty items. Wonderful. Have I still got that saved? No, I haven't. I've done other copies and pastes since. So I'm just going to do a few of these just to get these in place. Look at that. And we have houseware. What were the other ones? Fabrics
and
fabrics and beauty items.
That was it.
Items.
I didn't.
Okay, so clockwork items. When was clockwork sort of stuff invented? Oh, I've just noticed something. Hello, Andy.
Good evening.
Hello,
How have you been
Andy.
working there?
My spelling's much better if I don't have to type. It's okay.
Oh, good. That's fine.
Good to have you, mate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, valuable items of houseware.
Cutlery.
I think cutlery. Cutlery is number 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Utensils and then serving items.
Bowls. Was that you said?
Bowls, platters, ewers, urns, kettles.
Plates, anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowls.
Crockery.
Yeah, I think it'd be less likely to have survived, wouldn't it? I'd think so. You'd have crockery,
Drinking vessels, whether it be cups, mugs,
Yes.
glassware.
yeah. Tankards, shall we say, or just any drinking vessels.
Yeah.
Could be a drinking horn. Could be anything like that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of your whole silver tea set with the pot and the cups and the platter it sits on.
Clocks from around 1200 AD, right? Then we could have something clockwork in here. We could have a clock. We could have a clock.
Second edition D&D actually had a water clock as something you could buy, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah,
But
I
it
think
was expensive and it was huge. I mean, it was something that would be in the center plaza of a village, not in your house.
I was going to say that's with a lot of this stuff. It's going to be how the hell do you get it out of the dungeon?
Of course. Yes.
Now, something
Well,
I have.
yes.
things is fragile.
Yeah.
Something I have on my household service list that would be something for your knight to have: a finely tooled leather feed bag with silver trim for your horse.
Oh, the horse that ran away.
Oh, my horse that ran away. Yes, in that game. Yeah.
And mine.
Yes, stuff are good. There's a famous campaign all about shutting down a group of slavers that a number of us know rather well. The Slave Lords campaign, modules A1, A2, A3, and A4, and it's a campaign not without its issues, but it's got 2 very good adventures in there. 2 very, very good adventures. Right, have I got spice? I can put herbs and spices in here as well.
Yes.
Because they will keep, won't they?
Yeah.
Soaps, that's a good one.
Oh,
That could also be in the beauty one.
it could.
Yeah. A wine bottle that aerates the wine. Now, isn't that a demijohn?
No, not necessarily.
No. All I know is my mum used to have demijohns filled with wine bubbling away in a little cupboard under the stairs.
No, to aerate it is that once you get it out of the bottle, it's just you pour it out into something else, and then that's getting oxygen into it, so it's changing the flavour. Toy, yeah.
So something really rare and odd. I would class teapot and kettle under the. I could put that in the drinking vessels bit, because you could just say this is a posh tea set, couldn't you?
Well, some kind of specialized candles or lighting source.
Yeah. A big bronze cauldron. Go on.
Yeah, I've got copper bottomed cauldron on my list.
How the heck are you going to carry that out?
Well, it's up to them to find out. And some of these, of course, will be
for 20. You got to make soup for 20.
True.
So we do have lantern things on lamp and candelabra and furnishings.
Yeah.
So that comes under there. I would have lanterns and stuff under that.
Most of my list for housewares was just different types of materials for some of the things we've already talked about.
Right.
Whether it's, the cheapest on there would be common pewter, but then up to exotic woods. I got ivory chopsticks, all different types of metals.
You can break any of them down into that, can't you? Really, you could have a section for each of those almost to be the special materials that they're made from.
Engraved silver pet food bowl.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair enough? 30% of these items on this list are clothing, 70% are just materials.
Yeah.
Would you shift that balance differently? I don't shift that balance. I think
it's a bit awkward because there's only 11 choices.
Oh, yeah. Okay. no. I mean, if you roll for the fabric type and then you roll here to see whether it's already made into a clothing item.
Oh, okay, I understand. Sorry.
I think I'm going to make it 50. I'm going to make it 50-50.
But it would be like equivalent value or not?
Yeah.
It's going to be something that's going to be slightly common or slightly rare. I don't know, whichever way you look at it.
Would silk not be rare?
Rarer, yeah. I mean, it does come out of a caterpillar's bottom, so yeah.
I was kind of thinking on this, you'd have common
cotton,
common plant-based, common animal-based, and then uncommon and rare out to extra planar for the 2 and the 12.
So like cotton, hemp.
Hemp, yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, cotton, hemp, flax, all that would be common stuff.
And then it gets to your stuff like leather, yeah.
Then silk and spider silk.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Phase spider silk if you want to get really crazy. Anybody can have leather, but not quite everyone has tanned unicorn hide.
Well, I was going to say, you go down to rare leather, then exotic leather or monster leather or something like that.
Yes,
I was thinking like dragon sort of exotic stuff.
Dragon scale armor, yeah.
That's my Skyrim coming out there.
There we are. Fur. Yes, fur.
Yeah.
Fur would be quite common as well. So what would be rare, really rare on this end of it? About some sort of ethereal gossamer type.
Something that's like the equivalent of mithril but fabric.
How about something water based like mother of pearl bead?
Mother of pearl bead.
Unless you have like fey gossamer or something like that.
Fey gossamer. There we go. That's a good idea. That's good. That's the sort of thing I was thinking of. And you could certainly add to the value by adding in things like golden thread and mother of pearl and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you get a silk thread that's used with the cotton or whatever just to embroider it and make it better. So
So there we go. I think that's a good way of doing it. And yeah, if you've got a high value you want to do, you can certainly embellish it with something extra. Something extra. It could have a beautiful platinum thread moon sewn into the middle of the piece of silk. And of course, a wealthy woman would pay through the nose for a cloak made of that.
So there's a 50% chance, let's say you'd get an exotic leather like tunic or something, and a 50% chance you just get like a bunch of exotic leather.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't the ship in Saltmarsh have a bunch of rolls of silk as part of its cargo? I was thinking there were some rolls of silk and there were casks of brandy. All that in the Sea Ghost.
Was fair, basically, yeah.
I'm going to say Faye Gossamer, or you could have woven gold. I mean, that's I think that's fair. It's those sort of things. It's that sort of very, very rare sort of stuff.
Yes, the golden fleece.
Absolutely. So I think that some good fabrics there. Now then, beauty items. Most common beauty item. I'm going to include something that's already been in there. I think the single most common beauty item is that.
Oh, because you look in. Yeah, okay. I was going to say wigs or toupees or things like that. Hair pieces.
Hairpiece.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Perfumes, Halak already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Soaps, you said as well.
Yep. Soaps.
Makeup.
Yep. I'm going to put in
makeup
here.
In those days was so bad for you. Yes, definitely.
Good after cyaniding things, yes.
Lead and mercury are both really shiny. Let's use a lot of it.
Absolutely.
Lovely green wallpaper.
Yeah. What other beauty items might there be that wouldn't really class as jewels? Because we already have the rings and the bracelets, whatever, all in the common stuff. Oh, yes.
How about scissors or other type of something for maintaining hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Very good shout.
I was going to say a beauty spot or something like that.
Shaving equipment. Fake beauty spot.
For that Paula Abdul look.
We have a Daniel.
Hello.
A fine diamond-edged razor that will never blunt.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine slitting someone's throat with that.
Vorpal razor.
Because that's a normal thought.
Vorpal razor, yes. Vorpal razor. Marvelous. What can be the really rare beauty items? How are you doing, Daniel? Are you all right?
Doing okay, guys. How about you?
Well, good, thank you, man.
Absolutely fine. Right,
How about,
okay.
Hairpins or barrettes or something to keep it in its shape.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one.
You could easily go into the magical ones like a wig of disguise or a beauty enhancement or something like that. Increases charisma by a couple of points. But we're not doing magic items at the moment. Oh, yeah, false teeth, yes.
What about like a fake mustache and fake beard?
That's it. That'll come with a hairpiece.
Yes, true.
So, false tooth.
What about a disguise kit? Something to flat out alter your appearance.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Ribbons.
Actually, hang on.
Ribbons.
Oh no, that doesn't count as a beauty item. But I was going to say something like a monocle.
Crust dragon scale lipstick.
Yeah.
Magically enchanted safety razor that can't cut skin. That would be wonderful. Wonderful.
When your red lipstick truly has to be hot, only go with Red Dragon.
Yes. But I think there we have got the whole point of this was just to sort of just do a series of tables that could probably fit on one page, to give ideas based on no more than about 3 rolls. 2d6, 2d6, and at most it's 2d6, 2d6, 2d6.
And then for each
Most
of the
of the
times, you can cascade to other ideas that it just springboards you into.
Absolutely, yeah. So you could easily go into more detail, but I don't think there's any need to
No.
from the initial one.
Now I'm thinking of minor magic items to go along with this, like potion of hair growth or potion of hair color.
I like the idea of having magic items with spell effects embedded in them that can be used a certain amount of times until the charges run out. And you just have any item on this list, and it's been imbued with the ability to cast a random spell. I think that sort of thing should be on the treasure tables. Roll a random spell for a random cleric spell between level 1 and 4, and it can do that 1d6 times. That sort of thing makes for a great magic item.
Or like some of the cantrips in later editions where they're very small little things, just enhancements.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Use set of bedding that has the mend cantrip in it. So if you tear your sheet, it will mend itself overnight.
Which is wonderful, yes. Or self-cleaning socks.
Oh, nice.
You only ever need to have one pair of socks. You never need to change them. You take them off in the morning while having a shower. By the time you put them on again, they are fresh, smelling like daisies.
Yeah, the dry cantrip, the freshen cantrip, all those would be great for some of these things.
Absolutely.
I need something like that for my teenage daughter.
Yeah, well, it's generally teenage boys that have that.
Yeah.
Then you need that freshen thing. It's when they sort of boys hit puberty and don't sort of realize quite how whiffy
That they smell like onions.
I'm not sure about onions, but it's not always the most pleasant of odors. But also, my young lad has grown into a very sort of cleanliness conscious young man now. He's 17 and he's a clean boy, but he had to be told when he was 12 or 13. It's like there's a bit of a coming from you might want a little there you go, you're growing up.
We all smelled strongly of men and speed stick at that age.
Yeah, pretty much.
back before Axe body spray came out.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Lynx?
It's Lynx nowadays, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, back then, you just stole some of Dad's Old Spice and called it good.
I was about to say that.
Ladies, look at your man. Now back to me.
So, chat, thank you for all of your wonderful input. I might just send this to Elfbait as it is and leave him to format it. Would that be really evil of me?
No.
No, give him lots of ideas.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy, now that it's complete, do you want to test it?
Were you going to go through and highlight the rest of the breakables?
I can do some more.
Oh yeah, the
rolls.
fragile stuff.
And I'm going to highlight them differently. I'm going to put a little background color on them instead of a foreground, instead of the font color. So anything that's breakable, painting's going to be. Shall we make it green in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Statuettes could be breakable, depending on what they're made of.
Yes.
I've got to get the same green each time, haven't I? That's not the same green, is it?
Should have it there as an option already.
If you might be
Green
different
niner.
versions, but I think if you select one, you can just copy it onto each one that you want to highlight.
I don't want to copy the text, though, do I?
No, but
just color.
If it works the way it should do, as same as Excel, then it's just if you right-click, it should have a copy format. See if that's an option.
It doesn't.
Or
look
maybe
like
not. Okay.
I'm using green 9, so there we go.
Okay.
Green 9.
Bowls.
Depends what they're made of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
I think most bowls are going to be sort of like decorative wooden and metal. It
Okay.
could be. I'm gonna put a little note saying green could be fragile.
Yeah.
Like
Just drinking vessels again, tankards, could be crockery, could be metal, could be wood, could be anything.
yeah, they could.
The
couldn't
skull of your enemies. Yeah.
they? I've just done that wrong, haven't I? Over there. What a fool! No fill. That one I want to do. Possibly fragile. Anything else?
The scientific equipment and pottery and vases under furniture or furnishings.
Scientific equipment definitely could be fragile.
You said mirrors might be, depending on what they are.
Yes, yes.
And I'd say rather than bedpan, have chamber pot. I know it was suggested earlier, but it sounds better. It
Chamber pot.
sounds more in keep, doesn't it?
Okay, okay.
Yes. How uncouth.
The dyes, depending on what they're stored in.
They could also
Yeah.
technically count as beauty items.
They could.
Some of them, at
They
least.
could.
Although personally, I think it would be hilarious to have your dyes fail their saving throw, and all of a sudden you're spending 2 months being blue or something like that.
Or being blind because you missed.
Because it depends. Are they liquid? Are they powder? Are they?
Yeah.
You know, are they
that's
solid?
true.
You have to then do things with to get them to be used. So,
I didn't
Yeah.
look up any information beforehand, and we've got a black walnut tree in the yard. I decided I was going to do something with the nuts, so I just peeled them all bare hand, and I had the most beautiful dark brown palms for a month.
There's one vape flavor that we make, and if you get the flavoring on your fingers, which is very easy to do, it will linger. It will linger, and your hands will smell of that particular vape juice for a good week afterwards, no matter what you do. No matter what you do. Cheers, Snufflegrunt. Cheers.
That reminds me of a joke. Guy goes to a doctor. His man parts are orange. Doctor says, "Do you work around chemicals?" He goes, "No." Says, "You have any diseases?" Guy says, "No." Doctor goes, "Well, what do you do for a living?" He goes, "I don't. I sit at home eat Cheetos and watch porn all day.
Hey, hey.
Get back together for a while.
There we go. I think that's. I'm going to zoom out now. I think that looks.
Yeah.
I think that would look quite good.
I think that's plenty to play with, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It is.
I want to test it out.
You're going to test it out? Yes. Go on. Somebody test it out.
I've got Albert Radio app if you want.
Go on then. Go on,
2d6. I got a 6.
6. Well, 6 will give you a necklace.
Ah, fuck.
3, 5.
Odd item furnishings. Go to the furnishings table. Roll me 2d6.
1, 4. 3, 5.
Carpet or rug. 3, 5 would give you 8, wouldn't it? So that'd be a bracelet. 1, 4 would be earrings. Just give me the totals of the 2d6.
Okay, 8.
8 bracelet,
7.
ring. See, all these common ones are coming in first.
6.
Yeah, necklace.
Which makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I got 12.
Odd
Roll.
item. Roll again.
9.
11.
Okay, yeah.
It's a gaming set of some sort.
A roulette
Oh,
table.
cool.
A roulette table. Yes.
Oh, that would be worth a lot.
Has
People love
Blaise
to gamble.
Pascal lived in your world and invented the roulette table? It was him, wasn't it? Invented roulette? Thought it was. I think so.
Yeah, I think it works.
7. Average.
Got
At least
9.
the cool people.
Yeah, I mean,
8.
it is meant to lean towards the most common things. That's all right. Not to worry. So Mark Hawkman's just rolled a necklace and a ring, followed by an odd item, furnishings, and we'll have another d6, another 2d6. So odd item, furnishings. What furnishing?
10.
10. A musical
Yeah, I also
instrument.
got 10.
A musical instrument. So there you go. And
Oh, I'm
You
going to
could
get
go-
me a guitar.
you could go as deep as you like into these. You could have tables for what they're made of, what condition they're in, all that sort of stuff. But this is just meant to be just a starting point. So, I wasn't going to do a particularly long stream tonight because of what's been happening. Thankfully, it's still a case of no news is good news. Still no message or anything like that.
Good.
So, anything anybody wants to talk about for the next hour-ish? Fire away.
I got 10.
No,
10.
Were we starting
It's
a,
not
a whole new book on Friday? Do I remember right?
I got 5.
We are starting a whole new book on Friday. 5 is furnishings again. We're getting into furnishings quite a lot.
And I got a 4.
Okay.
A lamp or candelabra?
Oh, 11.
Animal would be 11 would be animal head or animal skin.
Oh, that's going to be worth a lot.
Now that's interesting. Take that as a lamp or candelabra made from animal head or animal skin.
Oh yeah, you could do that. You could do that. There you go. You could do that. So
A boar's head with a candle on each tusk.
That'd be cool. That would be.
Stuffed beholder with a lamp on each eye stalk.
Hell, I'd actually buy one of them.
I'm surprised you haven't got one already.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of 6s and 7s, so the average thing is
Actually,
working
I
out pretty
guess
well.
with a boar,
Yeah.
you probably want a lamp hanging off each one. Now with a deer, you could put a candle on each antler, and that'd be something.
That would be, yes. A stuffed deer head candelabra.
Well, bringing up the deer, they actually make you can order them from like Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops. They do make chandeliers out of like elk and deer antlers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're actually
wow,
pretty
okay.
cool.
Just
There
let
was
you
a
know,
restaurant
Iman.
in Wyoming. They had one of those that they had
That's
made
Iron Brew.
themselves.
But
Is
they
it the
what?
good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cheap. Cheap, nasty stuff.
Ugh. I literally had a sip of it the other day, and all I can taste is the chemicals. Ugh.
It's all right. Perfectly pleasant. Perfectly pleasant. So, I mean, we could always end the stream but if anyone's got any topics they want to possibly chat about for an hour or so, I have an hour or so. I have it in me. I think I'm going to save this file now.
My son will
If
be
nothing
joining
else,
us.
if you put any time in on Dune 2, you could always close this out and live stream some gaming for an hour.
I could do.
I was just wondering if you could end up, if you roll on those, you could get a hand of glory out of it. That'd be interesting.
What's a hand of glory?
It's the, what is it? It's usually a thief's hand. You can light the fingers. It's actually in the DMG as an item.
Is it?
Yeah.
Don't remember seeing that.
It was in a Stephen King book too, The Mangler.
Oh. A hand that has been taken from a thief who's been caught stealing.
Yeah, and then you can do things with it. You can light the fingers as candles, and that can act, depending on what mythos it is, and things. It can conceal you from people, make you invisible.
Oh, right.
But obviously, there's some certain things about where you get it and what you have to do with it. Dark magics, you know.
And would it make you better at pickpocketing?
Well,
is it not to be confused with? I mean, thinking along the lines of what from what Brian has just said, isn't the hand of glory what you find on the other side of the hole of glory?
Just
saying.
Other bodily parts.
I mean, no.
How about the mummified hand of a magician that it gives you plus 10% on all your big bees spells?
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
Someone called Vecna? I mean,
yeah, there was someone called Vecna.
Well, if you don't want to go all the way, you could use it for that. But
the magical hand of back scratching.
Right.
The head of Vecna.
Yeah. I hear in the back of a book they found the appendix of Vecna. Yeah.
Hey.
Ka-ching.
Oh, I just got that. Oh, God.
Oh, someone's knocking.
Oh.
Little...
Wow.
Oh, moment of tension.
This is when the SWAT team raids him.
My little cheer then raised the ire of those downstairs.
Oh.
Loud.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Stop having fun.
The attic here there's no soundproofing whatsoever. That's why I can hear people outside. And yesterday, as I said at the start of the stream, if I'd made a video yesterday, you'd have just heard the hail in the background all afternoon against the roof, constant.
Down here in the deep south, we've had 2 days of glorious sunshine, but
it's been either glorious sunshine or strong winds and driving rain or hail. Nothing in between.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday it was 76. I wake up this morning and it was 38 degrees. Like, what the hell?
Yes.
I'm white hot.
Connor will be joining us Saturday morning.
Good stuff. Good
So.
stuff. Who's running Saturday? Is it Gene or Ginger?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to have a word with all the Merp lot because I think Bear's planning on running his postponed stream session this Saturday, and it was supposed to be a Merp night. So I'm wondering if the Merp group.
Wait, hang on. No, I think he said he was doing it. Oh, can you hear me? I think he said he was doing it on the 27th.
27th. Oh, okay, all right.
That's what he said in his Discord. Anyway, I said I was all right with that.
Yeah. Well, then Merp will be okay this weekend.
All right. Cool.
That's good. Oh, Gene says he's running it this week. Gene's lurking. Hello, lurker Gene. Right. Yeah. I think we've probably come to the end of the usefulness of this particular stream, and I think I might just stream a game for a bit.
Okay.
Right.
Zog zog.
Yeah. Zog.
Double.
Double. So, well, yeah. So I still need to find if I can find. I have got Warcraft somewhere. Probably on an old hard drive, an old computer. I've got it loaded, so I certainly had it. It's just I can't. The installation won't work on my machine with the versions I've found, apart from that demo. So, and I don't want to buy it again because I bought it years ago, and I haven't got a CD drive. I haven't got a CD drive on this computer. It's really annoying that.
I think like Good Old Games or one of those has probably.
Yeah,
has it.
it's just I don't particularly want to buy it again. It's just I can't install a CD on this computer. But
Well, what I do is I'll just, once a year or so I'll buy the 1 day unlimited downloads on Good Old Games and just load up on stuff.
How much does that cost?
It's I don't know, $7 or something like that.
Oh right, I'll have to wait for that to appear, and then
It's been a while since I did that, but
that'll be a good time to do it. It would be a good time to do it. I'd be happy to do that.
go through all their lists, pick out the things you want, and then just go right at it.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And there'll be a lot of games I'd pick out on there because they've got all of my old favourites on there. Loads of them. They've snaffled almost all the games that I would be looking at dragging up from abandonware sites. Anyway, I'm gonna head off and end this particular stream. And I'll have a look through my games to see if there's anything worth streaming for an hour or two before I go to bed. But thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Halakar. I'm going to skip past Iman for a moment. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Daniel. The reason I skipped past Iman is because you're the one with a channel which you can now show.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Hi, everyone. Intellectual Quandary. If you don't know me already, you probably do. Most of you are regulars. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It's just video gaming content. I live stream Bloodborne on Sundays, so if you're into your Lovecraftian stuff, tune in. That is getting into the thick of it now. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, thanks.
No problem. I'll be streaming again on Friday. We're going to be starting a new book on Friday. We're on to part 3 of the Lone Wolf series, The Caverns of Count, I believe it's called. And our character, of course, will now have 8 of those Kai disciplines at his disposal.
What did we pick for our new one?
What did we pick?
I think Tracking and Mind Blast were like 2 of the ones that were bantered around quite a bit.
What did we go? Did we go for Tracking or did we go for Mind Over Matter?
Or yeah.
One of those two. It was one of those two. Tracking. There we go. Tracking. Right. To say thank you everybody in chat. Mar Hawkman, check out his channel. Gene plays groovy old Northern Soul tunes on his channel. Snuffle Grunt's been with us. Saxius, Saxius, of course. Saxius was with us earlier. Thank you, Saxius. Hope you're having a good sleep. I think Snuffle Grunt's got some videos on his channel. Crafting Gamer, Squirrel Hermit, all these people with channels.
Janet from Another Planet was on earlier. She's
Janet
got her
from Another Planet. Yes. Janet was on earlier. Thank you, everybody who's been in chat. And if I haven't given you a shout out, I do apologize. But I'm going to shoot off now.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, cheers. Thank you. I'm sorry it's a shorter stream. It was a little bit unplanned because of things that are going on. And if you've been around since the start, you know what's happening. We're just sort of waiting on some impending news that's it's imminent. It could have happened last Friday, Saturday. As soon as we turn our backs, it'll happen. And that's that sort of thing. But hey ho, it's part of life, unfortunately. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to end this stream now, and I shall hopefully see lots of you on Friday. Good night, all.
See you soon.
Good night,
Ciao.
everybody. Take care. Thank you.
Cheers.